Good morning. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutLoud.com, and this is my pre-market game plan for major future indices, gold and oil for today, Tuesday, September 28th, and it's 9:16 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to start with YM, and in front of us we have a chart, an hourly chart. So we had an advance overnight. We found support at 18,100 in YM and secondary support level at 18,150. From this point on, we're seeing a little bit of advance and moving higher. And obviously, as every time for the last few weeks, bullish biased for more upside into 18,200. This is going to be our first target area. We're going to look for a secondary target area into 18,200, and we're going to see if we're going to challenge the 18,300 level today and through the next couple of days. So let's look at some potential stop areas for these targets to the upside. So right now, YM trading at 18,167. And like I said, it has a lot of support at 18,150. So looking at a minor time frame chart, you're going to look for a support level, and you're going to give probably about I would say 15 points to this area right here in YM at around 18,150, 18,155, and for you're looking for a breakout over 18,170. 18,170 would be considered the entry, the breakout entry, and evaluate the stop. Just keep in mind that it has a very good risk to reward level. It's going to have a little bit of problem hitting 18,200 because it's a very, very solid area of resistance. But other than that, if we get the momentum, we may head higher for today. And once again, the targets at 18,200. We're going to look for a continuation into 18,250, and we're going to go for 18,300. Now let's take a look at ES, because ES hasn't been shaping that well for the last weeks, but now it's starting to be playable. So it's not as choppy as it was a few weeks ago. So the first level of resistance that we have from extended hour trading is at 2147, and the secondary support level that we have is at 2151. So 2151 will be considered for a major support level at this point. Further targets to the upside, we have 2158, 2160, 2165, and we have it right here at 2168. So moving forward, bullish biased, obviously, and as in terms of entry, I would look for an entry over 55. So particularly in this area where it's trading right now, and even higher into 56 or 57, as long as the stop can be sustained by a pivot low into 2155 on a minor time frame chart. Now let's take a look at NQ. NQ had a really nice advance, into yesterday's trading session, and I liked NQ the most. And it was extremely playable. Trade Out Loud students for sure profited on this trade because it set up for our strategy. It was textbook. It was phenomenal trade. So first area of support we have 48.48. Secondary area of support we have 48.56, and third area of support that we have developing right now is 48.60. We have room to continue higher, and I think this is going to be the breakout point for the last 3 hours. We have been basing at these highs right here at 48.67, a break of 48.67, and again the stop can be considered under 48.60, can take price higher into 48.80, and it can actually continue into this prior high 48.92 as an ultimate target. Let's take a look at CL. And keep in mind that CL will react to inventory numbers that are going to come out at 10:30 today, and we still have the OPEC meeting going on. So it's going to be very, very choppy, and for that reason, I'm not really going to touch it, not at least until after this whole inventory numbers are out. You can see the swings that it has. So it formed a low at 44. 75 in the last hour, and it has a high right now 45.38. So pretty large swings right here. So I would keep my hands off CL right now. In terms of support resistance level, we have support set at 44.27 from yesterday's trading session, and we have a secondary area of support at 44.55. And we have our third area of resistance at $45. So right now we are trading above this $45 in normal trading conditions. This would be a buy right here at 45.16, stop 45, and you're going to look for a target into $46. But because we have oil numbers, we have the OPEC meeting that is going on right now, we're still very, very choppy. So best to stay away until the water clears out. Last but not least, GC, and this is gold. Gold had a slide throughout yesterday's trading session. It has consolidated in early hours of extended session, broke down, came back up, testing this again, 1330 area. This is a very, very strong area right here of resistance, and it's also an area from which it can go either way. So double bias on GC. If it breaks 1330 by any chance today, it has odds of continuing higher all the way into 1335, 1336. It's going to be a hard one though. It favors more a downside here with a target into 1320 and with an ultimate target into 1315 and 1312. In terms of entry, it's going to be a little tough because your risk to reward is going to be a little wide. So you're going to have a stop. Into this 1303 area. We have already set a strong downtrend on the 1 minute chart all the way through the 15-minute chart. So for that reason, you don't have really good resistance areas as to where to place your stops. So if you're considering GC short, remember and keep in mind that if you may give it a tight stop, and the only pivot that I have here is 28, so it's not far from 30 for a short position. I would suggest, because we are hovering into the support area at 1326, wait a little longer, see if gold is going to test this area, if this is going to be your favorite, and based on that, look for a break of 1326. And if you have a lower high, if you have a lower high in that is forming around 1327 area, that can be considered for a stop. And like I said, targets into 1320, 1315, and 1312. These are going to be the targets. Don't forget, you still have time to register if you are interested in our education. Our next class is October 15th through the 21st. It is a 7-day class, and where we teach you exactly what you need to do in our strategies on Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We reserve 1 hour for questions. And from the 17th to the 21st of October, you get to trade live with us. From 9 to 11, we have the Trading Lab. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you here tomorrow.